They've been away from the European Champions League for a long time. They're happy to be back. Bayer Leverkusen as well have recruited interestingly. They have
pictures from the draws.
They have a very very good coach now who is doing excellently well for them, as you saw in their qualifier. Zenit also another particularly dangerous team as well. So it's a tight group. It's a very tight group. The fourth team again in that group is
Monaco, Benfica, Bayer Leverkusen.
It's difficult. It's a difficult one to call, but I think it should be Benfica and Bayer Leverkusen.
All right. Group D. I know you're going to say some things now, but you have Arsenal, Borussia Dortmund, Galatasaray, Anderlecht.
Of course, it's Arsenal and Borussia Dortmund. I think Anderlecht have shown that they are lightweights at this level of football.
Belgian clubs.
They're no longer the force they used to be. Galatasaray, very decent team. Yeah, they now have former Italian national team coach Cesare Prandelli in their ranks as well. So you expect them to also try and make a fight of it. But I think it's Arsenal and Borussia Dortmund. This is the first time in 5 seasons that both of them will be grouped together, I think. Yeah. So they're not strangers to each other.
Okay, let's move quickly now. Group E, CSK Moscow, Bayern Munich, Manchester City, they're playing again. And
that's the 5th consecutive season,
and Roma. Is this pretty straightforward?
Well, AS Roma too are also improving tremendously over the past 2 years as well. So you expect them to make a fight of it. But I think in this case, Manchester City and Bayern Munich should prove too strong for Roma and Anderlecht. I think it should prove too strong for them.
Okay, let's talk about the other groups that we have. Let's go to Group F. Ajax, Apoel Nicosia, Barcelona, Paris Saint-Germain. Interesting, Zlatan Ibrahimovic features in this one because he's played for 3 of the 4 clubs.
Interesting. He's played for Ajax, he's played for Barcelona, and he's currently playing for Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah.
Barcelona, you'd want to say yes because of, they're everybody's beloved club. But they're also in a period of transition. A lot of big players have left. A new set of players as well. A new coach as well. So, but you'd want to say that Barcelona still seem to have the edge as well. Paris Saint-Germain will contest second place with what's the third team again? Apoel
Nicosia definitely
not. So it should be Paris Saint-Germain and Barcelona. Apoel Nicosia and Ajax are lightweights at this level of football.
All right, Group G, 2012 winners, Chelsea, once again going against Schalke, Maribor, and Sporting Lisbon.
Interestingly, Schalke have never beaten Chelsea anytime they've met in Europe. Never. Maribor, I mean, they scraped through by beating a very poor Celtic side as well. You think this is Chelsea's group to win at a canter. I don't see them losing any of these games.
Okay.
Either home or away. So it's Chelsea obviously at the top of the group. The rest will Sporting Lisbon. They might make a game of it, but they've also lost a lot of players as well. Key defensive player has joined Manchester United. Some players they've gotten them in on loan. Nani hasn't struck the heights that they expected him to reach. So it should be Chelsea. The remaining 3 might fight it out for second place. But don't be surprised if we see Apoel Nicosia go through.
All right. Group H, of course, Athletic Bilbao. You have to fancy them now because of what they did to Napoli.
The way they decimated Napoli.
And Bate Borisov, FC Porto, and Shakhtar Donetsk.
Shakhtar would have been a major contender in this group, but because of the problems that is currently going on in Ukraine, they cannot play in the Donbass arena. They are now playing far away, as far as I think almost 250 kilometers away from their home base. It takes something away. The atmosphere in the Donbass arena is always their 13th man, as it were, or the 12th and 13th man. So you'd expect, It seems a very straightforward group, actually. I think the winner in this group is particularly clear. Shakhtar Donetsk cannot make a game of it unless they play at the Donbass Arena. Bate, yes, they'll just be along for the ride, but I think it should be Porto who would win this group easily.
Okay, let's talk about another thing that happened today. UEFA, gave awards to 2 players. Let's talk about male and female. Any surprises? It was very hard to bet against Cristiano Ronaldo this year.
Oh, no. Cristiano Ronaldo was by far the standout player in the European season last year. He scored a record-breaking 17 goals in the UEFA Champions League as he led Real Madrid to their 10th UEFA Champions League title. He scored 51 goals in 51 games. He had tremendous performances all throughout the season. It was there was there was actually no contest. 54 journalists voted. Manuel Neuer finished second. Arjen Robben also finished third. There were the top 10 goals in there. Neuer, well, he helped Germany to win of course, the World Cup. Arjen Robben also scored 21 goals for Bayern and 3 in the league and 3 for the Netherlands as they reached the semi-final in Brazil. But there was always only going to be one winner. All the other members of the top 10 were Thomas Müller, who came in fourth. Thomas Müller of Bayern Munich and Germany. Fifth was Philipp Lahm of Bayern Munich and Germany. Fifth was Lionel Messi of Barcelona and Argentina. Seventh was James Rodriguez of Monaco and Colombia, and now of Real Madrid. Eighth was Luis Suarez, formerly of Liverpool, now of Barcelona. Ninth was Angel Di Maria, who has now joined Manchester United in a British record transfer fee. And 10th was Diego Costa of Chelsea.
Let's talk about the lady as well, UEFA's best. And, I mean...
I think, I think there was no competition.
Contest.
No competition in that one. There was only going to be one winner. The European football season has always been particularly interesting. Kessler was always the standout player. She had a magnificent season for her club as they won the women's version of the UEFA Champions League. That's VfL Wolfsburg. So she was always the standout player throughout the competition, even in the women's Bundesliga as well. She had a magnificent season. And, there was always going to be one winner. All right.
Well, today I want to thank you for your time on the show tonight. Thank you. Let me allow you to enjoy and savor the moments. Liverpool back in the UEFA Champions League. All right, we'll go on a break. When we return, Femi Adefeso joins me. We'll go courtside. We'll be looking at a whole lot of things in the world of basketball. Join us again. Welcome back. This is Courtside on Sports Tonight. We do this every Thursday evening. And let me quickly introduce my partner on Courtside tonight, Femi Adefeso.
It's good to be here. Good to talk basketball in a day where there's so much trouble in Nigeria.
Okay. There's so much trouble in Nigerian football.
Nigerian football, thank you for correcting me.
All right, let's talk about the things that make us smile. The big one is here. Yes. At some point, 100 days, 70 days.
2 days to go. By Saturday morning, we'll be jumping up. The exciting maiden, FIBA World Cup, basketball World Cup will be going on. It used to be the World Championships, now it's named the World Cup. So get
Not
ready.
Only footballers can play the World Cup.
Exactly. Basketballers to play World Cup.
So but let's start from the domestic scene. Tidbits here and there.
Tidbits from here and there. The teams are beginning to prepare for the African Championships. Of course, the runners-up and the winners of the league, that is for the female version, First Bank and, of course, Dolphins. They're already preparing because sometime in November, they would have to begin their challenge, for the African title. There will be qualifiers, first of all, in Burkina Faso before the finals will be played, in Cote d'Ivoire. First Bank, the coach is upbeat, saying he's going to be bringing in a couple of girls because they're allowed to recruit in. So he says he's going to be bringing in a lot of internationals. We don't know who they are. He's keeping it under wraps, but I think that team, First Bank, they look good for the continent and they can win the title again. They've won it twice before, so I think they have what it takes, to get to the finals in Abidjan and do us proud. But kudos to Coach Adeomi Aderemi. I think he's doing a good job with those girls at the moment because they're really starting early, which is not very usual, for a Nigerian team. So it's a good one to go for them.
All right. Any word from their male counterparts that should be on the continent as well?
Yes. The runners-up from last year, unfortunately losers, Mark Mentors, tidbits from them says they will be going on a tour, in the United States of America in preparation for the continent. That's also a different dimension to it. You hardly hear teams going on training tours, just to be prepared for, continental championships. So I think it's good that a team, Mark Mentors, are really pulling that one out. Academy pillars, they may not go outside, of the country, but of course they always grind it out and get themselves, well prepared for it. And the Down Warriors too, they also have something in the wraps. They have not started yet. That's why I like the females. They're taking this serious. They want to take. I'm not saying the males aren't taking it serious anyway. But they started early, but the male counterparts are still waiting. Maybe because their own is still in December.
Okay.
So there's still a
that
free
explains
window.
why.
So there's still a free window for them to start preparing. But the females are getting on because by November they'll be out on the continent to battle with the best clubs in Africa.
All right, let's talk about the big one, and that's it doesn't get any bigger than the 2014 FIBA Basketball World Cup. I'm looking at the countdown clock, and what you have is 1 day, 13 hours, 47 minutes, and now 35 seconds. So it's actually not 2 days. It's lesser than 2 days. But let's just say 2 days. And everywhere it's all about the favorites and the dark horses. We've talked about the favorites on the show. Let's talk about some teams that you think, can just go
bring up surprises.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me start with the late entries. A team that got the wild card and got into the World Cup, Finland.
Okay.
Finland actually have beaten 8 of the top 10 teams in Europe, and relatively they've been the most improved team from the European continent in the past 2 years. So they look like a team to watch. They are actually led by a certain man called Koppinen. He's just playing there in Europe, and it looks like someone who can actually lead that team. They can string up surprises. Another surprise for me is the Iranian national team, led by Ahmed Abdidi. The center is towering. They won the Asian edition of the Nations Cup. That's the Asia Basket. Surprisingly, they won that the championship, which we didn't expect. So they look like a team to watch out for. Lithuania have been knocking at the door for a very long time, and for their preparations, you can see they played 10 friendlies and they've won all 10 of them. So they look like one of the teams too that may pull off
some
big
surprises.
strings,
All right, let's see if we can do this with the little time we have left. Let's show you what it looks like. Group A to D, 6. Okay, all right. They won fixtures, and so Femi, run us through this quickly. Croatia,
Saturday morning from 1 down. All teams will be playing. That day. So Croatia will be playing Philippines, Ukraine will be playing Dominican Republic.
A total of 12 games.
12 games
on day one.
Yes, we have Angola. African representatives will be flying against South Korea, the very tall South Koreans. Angolans are missing a couple of players, especially the most valuable player, Carlos Moraes, and they've not been too good. They've lost all of their 4 friendly games they've played en route to the tournament, so it's not looking too bright for Angola, but they're very organized, so let's see how they'll bounce back from that. The Egyptians, very young and energetic, we're playing Serbia, another very young and energetic side. We also have the New Zealanders. I like these guys because they are very tall and they are very physical, just like their rugby counterparts.
Yeah.
They'll be playing Turkey, who came in via a wild card position. They've not been playing too well, but they have Houston Rockets, Omar Asik, to actually champion their cause, in this tournament. They were finalists the last time, in 2010 against the USA. So they might probably be able to do, one better, this year. Who knows? Australia will be taking on Slovenia, as well, for.
There are other matches on day one. I'm very sure it's going to come up. But we've not had the chance to talk about United States, Spain, Argentina. I think these are the sides you would want to expect.
Yes, but the reflection of this year's competition is a bit different.
This Team USA.
Yes, it is different in the sense that the players that played in 2006 and 2010, most of them are not here. Most of them are either retired or some are injured. Argentina will be missing Manu Ginobili. Tony Parker is out for the French national team as well. The big names, the 2010 MVP, Kevin Durant, is out for the United States of America, and a couple of guys. So it's looking not open this time around, and it's looking very fresh.
For you, America are clear-cut favorites?
Definitely, they are clear-cut favorites any day, anytime. But if you look at it, they even have a very easy group. If you want to look at it in Group C, where they will be playing their games in Bilbao. They have Dominican Republic, Finland, New Zealand,
Dominican
Turkey.
Republic that they beat in a friendly recently?
Yes. They'll be playing them there. New Zealand, Turkey, Ukraine, and USA. Turkey is the only team in the top 10, in that game, and USA is number 1. So
let's play a thought for the host, Spain. You've just talked about them missing 1 or 2 players. How do you think they'll fare? this time?
For Spain looks like the most complete side going into this. But of course, they'll be relying on their big centers, Paul and Marc Gasol, as well as Serge Ibaka. I think they'll be the key components, in
the Spanish side.
Yeah, and the home support will be a very big one, for them. They'll be playing their games in Granada, in Group A, and the Egyptian guys, are also in that group, unfortunately. But they'll be facing EMC, Serbians, Iranians. Okay. France is also there, and we have Brazil.
Femi, our parting shot on the show, as we go tonight. What should we expect from the African teams here? Is round of 16, quarterfinals? I mean, our expectations from the African teams.
My gut feeling tells me we'll get to the second round. But I don't know why I see the Senegalese, I think, doing a fairy tale run. Because the Angolans, yes, they are compact, they're good, and they've played for a very long time together. But they are missing one or two players who have been very key to their performance. So that might bleep them a little. The Egyptian side, they're pretty young, and they are a little bit inexperienced when talking about the world stage. So they might not be able to pull things off. And that group they are in is pretty tough because they have the French, who are the current Eurobasket champions. They have Spain, also they are, and Iran. But if you look at for the Senegalese, I think they have what it takes to get to the next level.
All right, that we all on the show tonight. Join us again tomorrow, and we'll have more time on our hands. When next you see us on courtside, we'll probably be talking about some results, and hopefully the African teams will do well. From us here, bye for now.